Hello, beautiful people out there in the world. Don't complain about everything that's going on, that to you, that you don't like. Don't complain about it because you can't do anything about it. Don't complain about it because you don't like what you see. You don't like the way it looks. You don't like the happenstance, the occurrences. You don't like the appearance. Don't complain about it. As the elderly people used to say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. So just sit back and assess the situation and see the good that you can draw from it or that you can cause to come from it or out of it. But don't let every thought that you have, because things don't go your way, be impure thoughts, be negative thoughts. Everything is not meant to happen your way. This is not your world, and we're all of the rest of us, the billions of people here on earth, is just in it. It's not like that at all. Because the situation that you're complaining about, and later, because you don't like the way, that it's transpiring or the way that it's taking place, the situation that you could end up in later will make that situation that you're complaining about look like a hot day at the beach with a beach ball. And that situation could be even extremely worse in such a way that you can't even complain about it or you can't do anything about it. You see, and so it's always good and it's important to practice patience and humility. That's why it's always important to have those mirror talks with yourself, to stand in the mirror, look at yourself and talk to yourself. Tell yourself, I will not complain. You know how like when you used to be a kid in school, going to school, and when you were bad in school, you had to write 100 words. I will not talk in class. I will not play in class. That was for you to look at those words and as many times as you had to write them. Had to look at those words, and the more you wrote them and the more you saw them and the more you looked at them, they were projecting and reflecting with an image in your mind to create a thought process, a pattern for a pattern of thinking. If you got that, you see, that's what it was designed to do. If you will allow it, for its designation, for which it was meant to be. But there are a lot of beautiful things to think about, or to talk about, or to laugh about, or to enjoy, or to enjoy in life. There are so many other things to laugh about and to talk about and to enjoy in life than the things that, like they would pray that prayer, what was the serenity prayer? Lord, help me to change the things that I can and accept the things that I can't. Well, you're surrounded by nothing but beauty. But, by the self-oppression of your own mind, has not designated you to think and see that way. That there are and that there is. You're surrounded by nothing but beautiful things. Look at the beautiful trees and all of its leaves, things we take for granted until happenings and occurrences force us back to reality, to be mindful of the fact that these things are in existence and that they happen and that they do occur. We see these beautiful things that we're surrounded by every day. We see them. We are surrounded by them. And we don't even take note of them because we're so caught up in ourselves, and we're so caught up in things, and we're so caught up in what we think we have to have and the way things have to be. And we set these so-called standards for ourselves in life. And once we achieve, and they're not goals. They're not goals at all. They're just containments and confinements of the mind and its thought process and your way of thinking and living, because you wanted to keep up with somebody else because you saw somebody else doing it, and because it looked good, and because you achieved it and received it, and you have it, and nobody else have it. Now you're lifted up above them, and you think that you're better than they are. Now everybody that has something that's more than what they think someone else has, or what someone else does have, now you have your foot on them in some way, because they think low of themselves, and you think that you're thinking high of yourself, but they both are a form of insecurity. Because if you take all those things away from around you, what do you have? And if you put all those things around them and they arrive to where you are, or where you just left from, now they're in the same predicament that you were in, because these trained formats, these trained habitual way of thinking, that things define us or make us who we are or make us better than someone else. You are surrounded by beautiful, beautiful trees, beautiful flowers, beautiful smiles, beautiful, kind words. You're surrounded by beauty. And I'm not talking about that same old, the same old aspects which pertain to people who go to the gym, and all these things that they do to the outside. And I don't know how that we've arrived to that point, forgetting about what matters most, the inside. All these things that you've done to the outside that's supposed to speak to or say who you are. And it don't. Never get to know the inside. You'll never know why those people have been together for 62 and 70 years and 40 years. You never know why they've been together for so long, because they realized that the temporary was not more important or more validated or significant than the eternal. The temporary is the outer appearance, all this outer decadence, decorations, influences of the flesh. Temporary. The soul is eternal. The soul will outlive and outlast you because it's eternal. That's the thing. You have something, a part of yourself. You have something, a part of yourself, being who you are. Your soul that cannot even die. A part of yourself you don't even know or have not gotten to know, because you don't even realize that it exists. Of course, as I stated before, in times past, until you want to be in the perfect relationship or healthy relationship. That's the only time soulmate comes up. And the perfect relationship derives from, and its end, first beginning with you mating with your own soul, your one true soul. That's the perfect relationship. Then you share that perfect soul that you have conformed to and become one with the perfection of somebody else's soul. And now you all become one. And the perfection of the soul and its eternal beauty will outlast you and outlive you. That's why they're together so long, till death do us part. That's why they are together so long. Forsaking all others, forsaking all things, for richer and for poor, for in sickness and in health. That's why they are together for so long. Because they have become one. And it don't take long to get married. 3-4 months, they all together. And been together ever since. 3-4 months. To all you beautiful people out there in the world, if nobody told you they love you today, I love you. Now love yourselves that way and have a smiling day.